Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Wisdom International School's digital classroom for mathematics. So we are going to start a new chapter, squares and square roots. Okay. So first you must have heard about this word squares. So first let's look at squares. Okay. So if I say 2 square, you know what it means, right? 2 square is actually multiplying 2 twice, isn't it? So 2 square is going to be 2 into 2, which is 4. If I say 3 square, it means you have to multiply 3 2 times, right? 3 into 3, which is 9, correct? So you will write 9 over here. And then you have 4 square is going to be 16. 5 square is actually 25, isn't it? And then you have, see, obviously 1 square will be 1 itself. 1 into 1 is 1. Then you have 6 square, which is 36. 7 square is 49. 8 square is 64. 9 square is 81. And 10 square is 100. Right? So these numbers, which could be written as a square of another number, like 1 could be written as 1 square, 4 could be written as 2 square, 9 could be written as 3 square. So these numbers 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64 and so on, these numbers are called as square numbers. Okay, so that is what the statement over here says. See, a natural number m can be expressed as n square. If I could write any number as something to the power of 2, some square, okay, then it is called as a square number. Okay, like 36 could be written as 6 square. So 36 is a square number. Now they are asking you, is 32 a square number? No, because 32 can't be written as any number square, right? You can't say any number, when multiplied twice gives you 32. No. So that's not a square number. So always a square number has to end with either 1, 4, 9, 6 or 5 or 0. Understood? Okay, so it has to end with either 0 or it should end with 1 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 9. Okay, so these are the only numbers it should end with. If it ends with some other number, we can, without checking, we can say that it is not a square number. Understood? So now if you look at this, come to this question, it says, can we say whether the following numbers are perfect squares? So for that, we know we have a condition. The units place, the number should end with these numbers only. So see, if it ends with 7, so it's not. So you can just rule this out. If it ends with 3, again this is also not. And what about this 8? This is also not. This is 2. 2 is also not. Now 9 could be and 1 also could be. So here you will have to do a checking. See, because just because it ends with 9 or 1, you can't say that yeah, it is a square number, because that's not a sure thing. Again, we'll have to check if it is a perfect square or not. So how do you do that? Okay, you have got 1069. So you know that it's ending with 9. So that means it's a 2-digit number, right? Because it has got a 4 numbers, right? So it has to be a square of a 2-digit number, and I need to find the tens place and the ones place for that. Okay, it's a 2-digit number square. So either it should end with the 3 or it should end with 7, isn't it? Because I am supposed to get a 9 at the end or at the units place, and only 3 square gives you 9 and 7 square gives you 49. Again, that also gives you 9. So it has to end with a 3 or a 7. But I need to know what is the tens place over here and here. So I'll check it. Okay, how do I check that? I will see what is 10 square. 10 square is 100. So this particular number is greater than 100. So go to 20 square and check. 20 square is 400. So it's greater than 400 also. So then go for 30 square. 30 square is 900, right? So how do you find the square of these numbers? 30 square is going to be 3 into 3, 9. 0 also gets square doubled, so 2 zeros. Okay, 20 square similarly 2 into 2, 4 and 0 doubles. Okay, so now 40 square, so 4 into 4, 16 and 1 0 gets doubled, so 2 zeros. Okay, so now this 1069 lies between 30 and 40. That is, it could be 31 to 39. So we know the 10th place now, the 10th place, which is 3. It could be either 33 or 37. So you just have to check if what is 33 multiplied by 33. 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9 again. So you get 1089. So you're not getting 1069, you're getting 1089. So when 33 itself is giving you a bigger number, 37 will definitely not work. So this is also not a perfect square. Okay, now for 2061 also you'll have to check similarly. So we know that 40 square is 1600. So 50 square, let's go to 50 square. 50 square is 2500, right? So it has to lie between 40 and 15. This 2061 lies between 40 and 50. And what should be its ones place? It ends with 1. So it could be either 41 because 1 square is 1, or it could be 49 because 9 square is 81, that also ends with a 1. So you multiply 41 and check, and you multiply 49 and check. Okay, so see if it is a perfect square. If it is, then you choose, otherwise no. Understood? So when you are getting a number ending with these perfect square numbers, still we can't just for sure say that it is a perfect square just because the ones place is a ones place belongs to these numbers. Okay, you will have to cross check it. All right, now come to this. Which of the following numbers would have digit 6 at unit place? See, if you have to have a 6 at the unit place, then you should have a 6 at the unit place. See, 36, see here, 19 square. If you multiply 19 twice, what do you get? You are going to get a ending number. The ones place is going to be, see, 19 into 19 is going to give you 9 nines are 81. Right? It's going to give you 1 at the units place. 24 is going to give you 4 4s are 16, 6 at the units place. So this is correct. 26 square is going to give you 6 6 are 36. So that also ends with a 6. And 36 square is going to give you 36 into 36, again 6 6 are 36. Right? So you just look at the units place and say what is going to be the units place of the perfect square. Okay, so this also is right. This is also right. Now 34 square is going to give you 4 4s are 16. So that's also going to give you 6 at the units place. So all of them are giving you 6 at the units place except the 19 square. Okay. Alright, now come to this one. What will be the ones digit in the square of the following numbers? Now you can do it yourself. 1 2 3 4, they just want the ones digit. Okay, so 4 is over here. 4 square is 16, so it will have a 6 in the units place. This is having a 7. 7 square is 49, so it's going to have a 9 in the units place. Here it is 8, which is 64. So you will have a 4 in the units place. And 998 is going to give you a 4 in the units place again. Correct? Because 8 8s are 64. So 4 in the units place. Then this is having a 2 over here. So 2 square is 4 again in the units place. Here this is 6. 6 square is 36, which is 6 in the units place. Understood? Okay. Now come to this one. The square of which of the following numbers would be an odd number or an even number? Okay, this is gone. It's actually a even number, okay, or an even number. And why? So this square is going to give you, it's a 7, right? So 7 square, it's going to end with a 9. So it's going to be a odd number. Okay. Now 8 is 64. So it's going to end with the 4. So it's going to be a even number. 9 is going to be 81. So that's going to give you a 1, which is a odd number. Okay. So I think this is 198 or whatever. So you understood, right? How to find the ones place, and if you to check if it is odd or even. So whenever you have an odd number, it's going to give, the square will also be an odd number. An even number will always give an even number as a square. Okay. Now come to this. What will be the number of zeros in the square of the following numbers? So now when you are squaring a number, let's say you are squaring the 60 square. Okay. So how do you multiply this? You are going to get 60 into 60, right? So there are 2 60s, so 2 zeros. So you will get 2 zeros over here. Understood? So they are asking you how many number of zeros will you get. So you will get 2 zeros over here. Actually 6 into 6 can be multiplied separately as 36. 0 double 0. So everything, the number of zeros will always double. Okay. So there are 2 zeros here. What about here? Here you have got 2 zeros already. So when this gets doubled, you will get 4 zeros here. Okay. So this is 4 into 4, 16, and you will get 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you find the square of these kind of numbers ending with 0. They are actually very easy. Okay, now, to multiply the numbers ending with 0 is really easy. Okay, so if you have, let's say you have got 3, something like this, then you are going to have a, how many zeros? You will have 3 times 3 is 9, and this gets doubled, so you will get 6 zeros. Got it? This will be the answer. Okay, now come to this. Some more interesting patterns. Adding triangular numbers. Do you remember triangular numbers? See here, you see you must have heard about this triangular numbers. So for those who have not heard about this, I'll just tell you what a triangular number is. See, this 1 is just a 1, right? You write the 1. Okay, you just draw 1. This is 1. Okay, now I can make a triangle shape. See, 1 over here, and I make a triangle. Okay, so 1. Next is 2. Next line I'll put 2. So this is actually how many dots? 3 dots. Okay, the next thing I will do 1 in the first row, 2 in the second row, 3 in the third row. So how many does that give you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Similarly, you have got the 10 and the 15 and so on. Okay, if you want to do the next one, what will you do? You will do 1 in the first row, 2 in the second row, 3 in the third row, 4 in the fourth row, 5 in the fifth row, and if you want to go for the next one, 6 in the sixth row. So what does that give you? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so these are the triangular numbers: 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, etc. or triangular numbers. Okay, so here they are saying if we combine two consecutive triangular numbers, we get a square number. Now you see here it says these are some interesting patterns. Okay, we are just going to observe some interesting pattern in square numbers. So this first one is adding a triangular number. So if you add two consecutive, see, what do you mean by consecutive? The next numbers. Okay, that is 1 and 3 are consecutive, 3 and 6 are consecutive. You can't just skip one and go to the other. Okay, you can't say 1 and 6 are not consecutive. See, 1 and 6 are not consecutive because they are having a 3 in between, right? So the next numbers are called as consecutive numbers. Okay, so 1 3 or 3 6. Okay, so they are saying that if you add the consecutive numbers, you are going to get a square number. So see, let's check. If I add 1 plus 3, I get 4, which is a square number. Or let's say 3 plus 6, I get 9, which is a square number. Or let me add 6 plus 10, that gives you 16. So that's also a square number, right? Or let me add 10 plus 15, that's going to give you 21, right? So that's also a square number. Now if you add 15 plus 21, you're going to get 36, which is actually a, sorry, what am I doing? Wait 1 minute. 10 plus 15 is 25. Yeah. So this 25. Okay, this is a square number. Okay, and 15 plus 21 is going to give you 36, which is a square number. Okay, so now, so that's what they say. Like if you add the consecutive triangular numbers, so you know what triangular numbers are now, right? And you understand the meaning of consecutive also. So adding two consecutive numbers are going to give you this kind of a square number. Okay, now coming to the second pattern, it says numbers between square numbers. So now if I ask you how many numbers are there between two square numbers, let's say you have got 1 square and 2 square. Okay, this is a square number. 1 is a square number, the next square number is 2, right? Sorry, 2 square, which is 4, correct? So they are asking you how many non-square numbers are there. Okay, non-square numbers between 1 and 4 are 2 and 3, right? These two are the non-square numbers. So if they ask you the number of non-square numbers between two consecutive square numbers, that is 1 square and 1 and 4, or let's say 4 and 9. Okay, so there is a pattern we follow over here also. So if they ask you what is 1 and 4, in between 1 and 4, I can write 1 as 1 square and 4 as 2 square, right? So I will write down the smallest among this. This is 1 is the smaller, right? So I will have 2 into 1 numbers. That is 2 numbers. See, I got 2 numbers now. Now if I ask you what are the how many numbers are there between, let's say 4 and 9. Okay, so 4 is actually 2 square and 9 is actually 3 square, isn't it? So between 2 and 3, 2 square and 3 square, I will have 2 into this number, 2, which is 4. So now you check, after between 4 and 9, what do you have? You have 5, 6, 7, 8. These 4 numbers. right? If I ask you between 9 and 16, that is between 3 square and 4 square, it's going to be the smaller number 3 over here. So 2 into, always 2 into, okay, 2 into 3, which is 6. So you check 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. So till 15, 6 numbers are there between these two. Understood? So that's how you will find the thing. So there is a rule, okay, between two consecutive numbers. What do? You just find, see, we find that between n square and n plus 1 square, that is any two numbers. See, if I take 3 as n, 4 will be n plus 1, right? So between two numbers I will have 2n numbers, okay, that is what I have it, okay. I mean 2 into n. Now you see, there's another way of doing it. Look at this. If you subtract the squares, okay, if you subtract the square, like, you know, if you have 9 and 16, let us say 9 and 16, instead of 9 and 16, if I want to find out how many are there between 9 and 16, that is between 3 square and 4 square, okay. So I just subtract these two, that is 16 minus 9 gives you how much? 7, right? So you will have 1 less than that 7. So you subtract this 1 from the 7, you will get 6 numbers. See, you are getting 6 numbers. Correct? That is what it says, which is 1 less than the difference of two numbers. So there are two ways you can do it, okay. You either find out just by doing 2 into the smaller number, or you subtract the actual given numbers, and then you whatever answer you get, you subtract by 1. So now I'll tell you why we have to learn both the methods. See, now when I ask you, find the numbers between 9 and 16, okay, you know that 9 is 3 square and 16 is 4 square. So you will say, okay, it is 2 into the smaller among this, that is 3, you will say 6. But what if I gave you a bigger number? Instead of giving 9 and 16, I gave you a very large number whose, you know, you don't know what square root of that number, okay. You don't know which number multiplied twice gives you that particular number. So you can't actually find the square root of that number, right? So in that case, what you will do, you will just subtract those two. Like if I say, tell me the numbers between 36 and 49, okay. So now let's say for an example, let's say you don't know what is 36, what is the square root of 36, and what's the square root of 49. If you don't know, what will you do? You can just subtract these two, okay. 49 minus 36, so that's going to give you 3, 13. So subtract 1 from the answer, so you will actually get 13, 12 numbers. Understood? So if you know the square, you can just say this is 36 is 6 square and 49 is 7 square. So take this 6 and multiply by 2. 6 into 2 gives you 12. So you get the same answer anyways. Okay. Now come down to this one. So here they are asking you, how many natural numbers lie between 9 square and 10 square? So they are asking you between 9 square and 10 square, what will you do? You take the smaller number, which is 9, multiply by 2. So 18 is the answer for this, okay. And then now come to the second one, 11 square and 12 square. So 11 into 2, so 22 numbers lie between these two, okay. Now you see here they are saying how many non-square numbers lie between the following pair of numbers. So the same way you can do it, okay. You can take this, you multiply 100 into 2, so 200 numbers will be here. You take this, you say 90 into 2, and here you do 1000 into 2. Okay, so those many numbers will be there. Alright. Okay. So now come to the third property. It says adding odd numbers. Okay. How do you add? See, consider the following. Now here you see you have 1. So these we are just looking at the odd numbers. Okay. If you take 1, you get 1 itself, right? 1 is 1 square. 1 can be just written as 1. Now the next number 3, if I add 1 and 3, I am actually getting 4, which is nothing but 2 square, right? So see, first one I got 1 square, which is 1. Now second one I am getting 2 square, which is 4. Now let me take the 3 numbers 1, 3 and 5. So when I add these 3, I actually get 9, which is 3 square. Now if I go for the next one, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus the next odd number is 7, right? So I get 7, 10, 16, right? Which is actually 4 square. So that's how it goes on. The pattern follows. So if I want to add the first few odd numbers. So if I ask you what will be the sum of first 10 odd numbers, let us say, okay, this was when I took only one number, it was 1 square. When I took two numbers, it was 2 square. When I took three numbers, it was 3 square. When I took four numbers, it was 4 square. So similarly, if I ask you what will be the answer for taking 10 odd numbers, you will say it will be 10 square. Understood? So that's what it says. We can say that sum of first 10 odd numbers is n square. Okay, you take the number n, how muchever number you are adding, that number square. Okay, it's only, and the n is only the odd numbers. Okay, now come to this. Consider the number 25. So now how do I find if 25 is like a perfect square or not? So what do? I take the odd numbers. You know what are the odd numbers? You would have learnt it in your very primary classes, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. So you take the 25 and start subtracting one by one. First you take 25 and subtract it by 1. What do you get? You will get 24. Now take the 24 and subtract it by the next odd number 3. So when you do that, you get 21. Now from the 21, you subtract the next odd number 5. So you get 16. Now take 16, you subtract the next odd number 7. So you get 9. Now from 9, you subtract the next odd number 9, which is 0. So if you are getting 0 as one of the answer at the end, then it is a perfect square. Understood? Now here if you look at this, 38, okay, the 38 is actually, you're getting, see, 38, same way you're going to do. First you subtract by 1, you're getting 37. Then with 3, you get 34. Then with 5, you get 29. Then you get subtracted with 7, you get 22. Then with 9, you get 13. Then when you subtract it with 11, you get 2. Now again the next odd number, if you subtract it with 13, you are getting a negative number. So you are missing out the 0. You are not getting a 0. So then it is not a perfect square. Understood? So if I want to check for, let us say I check for 16 for example. If I want to check if it is a perfect square, what do? I subtract the 16 with 1 first. That's going to give you 15. Then take the 15 and subtract with 3. That's going to give you 12. Right? Then the 12, subtract it with 5. That's going to give you 7. Then 7, subtract it with the 7. You are getting 0. So if you get 0, it is a perfect square. Okay. So if they give you a big number and they ask you, check if it is a perfect square or not, you just have to consequently, you have to subtract it with the odd number. Understood? Keep on subtracting with the odd number. Alright. Now, find whether each of the following numbers is a perfect square. Now they are asking you to check for 121. So let us check. See, first of all, you have to look at the ones digit. If it ends with 1, 0, 5, 6 and 9 and other things, you can say that it is a perfect square, right? So these things are actually a perfect, it could be a perfect square because see, all of them are ending with the proper numbers, right? So, we can't just, rule out anything. So now we will check 121 if it works or not. So 121 minus 1 is going to give you 120. Then you take 120 minus 3 is going to give you how much? 117. So like that you keep on doing. Okay, 117 minus 5, you see what you get. So see, if you get 0 over here, if you get 0, then it works. If not, it doesn't work. Understood? So you do this problem, these things you can do it. Okay. Alright, now you can do these things in your classworks. Okay, see the ones which I have given you in the box, like this one, I'll just mark it over here. From the first main, these things, let me just put a star over here. So these things you please do it in your classwork. Okay, this one, and then this one. Okay, so these things you can copy down in your classwork. Okay, and this also, and this one. Okay, here we can do this also. So you calculate this also. Okay, now come to question number 4. The property number 4. Okay, so a sum of consecutive natural numbers. So when you're see how there is a pattern being followed over here. You have 3 square, right? See, 3 square could be written as 9, right? Correct. So now I can actually write this 9 as, see, you take the 9, minus 1 divided by 2, 9 plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, see, if you want to find the 3 square, if I'm saying that write this 3 square, don't write the 3 square as 9, but write as sum of two consecutive numbers. So what do? You take the 3 square minus 1 by 2 and take 3 square plus 1 by 2. So 3 square minus 1 plus by 2 is going to be 9 minus 1, which is 8 by 2. See, this is what you get, right? 8 by 2, and here you get 10 by 2. So that is 8 by 2 is 4 plus 5. Okay, so if you add 4 and 5, you will get 9. You're getting 9, isn't it? So you can actually write any square of any number as, you know, a sum of two. Actually, it should be a square of odd numbers, okay, not an even number. Like, you know, 3 square, 5 square, 7 square, 9 square, you can write. You can't write it for others, okay. Like here, you see, for 5 square, you can write it as, if you want to write this as two numbers, how did I get this 12 plus 13? I take the 5 square minus 1 divided by 2. That is 25 minus 1 divided by 2, which is 24 by 2, which is 12. So it is 12, and the next number you can just write it as 13. After 12, it's 13. Understood? Same way, 7 square is going to be 7 square minus 1. So 49 minus 1 divided by 2 could be written as 48 by 2, which is 24. So 1 is 24. The next number is going to be 25. So this. Understood? So similarly, if I ask you 9 square, what will you do? You will do 9 square minus 1 by 2, which is 81. 81 minus 1 by 2, which is 80 by 2, that is 40. So 40 plus, wait a minute. So 81 minus 1 by 2, right? Yeah, 80 by 2, which is 40. So 40 plus 41. Okay, so 40 plus 41 is giving you 81, and 9 square is 81 only. So correct? No? So that's how you get it. Okay, so see, that's what you say. See, we can express the square of any odd numbers as the sum of two consecutive positive numbers. Okay, so now if I ask you, how do you find the, so you have to write this also in your classwork. Okay, express the following as the sum of two consecutive numbers, like 21 square. How will you do it? You will say 21 square minus 1 by 2. Okay, so whatever answer you get and the other number after this. Okay, you will have to write that plus. Understood? Okay, so you do this also and come. Now you see, do you think the reverse is also true? That is, the sum of any two consecutive positive integer is perfect square of a number. See, I told you that, you know, see, 3 square could be written as 4 plus 5, 5 square could be written as 12 plus 13, and so on, right? So does it mean that you can take, if any sum of any two consecutive positive integer is given, can you say that that is going to be a perfect square? No, we can't. See, if I say 5 plus 6, that's going to give you 11, right? It's not a perfect square. 4 plus 5 worked out. 4 plus 5 is 9. That works out. But not all the cases work out, right? 5 plus 6 is not working out. 6 plus 7 is also not working out. So if any sum is given, you can't say that that's going to give you a perfect square. So this is no. And that's the reason. Okay, you can say that, you can give the example. Like, say 5 plus 6 is 11, which is not a perfect square. Okay. Now let's come to the fifth property. Product of two consecutive even or odd natural numbers. So if you have two odd numbers multiplied together or two even numbers multiplied together, so how do you do this? Okay, see, 11 into 13 is there. So you take the number in between 11 and 13, which is 12. So you can write it as 12 minus 1 into 12 plus 1. Or you can just write this as 12 square minus 1. Understood? See, you would have heard about this property. This property we had learned, a minus b, a plus b. Multiplied together gives you a square minus b square. Right? So this is how we are using this property. Okay, so if you are asked to find the find the product of two consecutive numbers, even or odd numbers, two consecutive even numbers, either both should be even or both should be odd, and they should be consecutive. It should not be like 11 and 15 or 11 and 17. The next consecutive number to 11 is 13, right? So 11 and 13 will be 12, the middle one, 12 square minus 1. Okay, now if it is 13 into 15, you will take the middle one, which is 14. So 14 square minus 1. That's how you have written. Okay, so if you are taking 29 and 30, 31, you are going to write 30 square minus 1. 44 into 46 is going to be 45 square minus 1. Okay, so now if I give you 100 and 102, you will say take a number in between, 101 square minus 1. This will be your answer. So in general, we can write, if you have a plus 1 into a minus 1, you can write it as a square minus 1. Okay, now come to the next property. Some more patterns in square numbers. So now you see here there is a pattern being observed. See, you can write, it's just an interesting pattern. See, 1 square could be just written as 1. 11 square could be written as 121. You can check, 11 into 11 is 121. So you see, you write 2 here and you write 1 this side and 1 this side. 111 square gives you this kind of a pattern. So this pattern goes on. Okay, so now they are asking you, write the square of, so you can do this also, write the square making use of the above pattern. Okay, so this square, what will you do? So how many numbers are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 numbers, right? So here you see 1 2 3 4 5, right? So 6 numbers means you will start from here. See, you can think of the middle number. So there are 6 numbers, so you write 6 in the middle. Okay, then go 5 4 3 2 1, and that side again 5 4 3 2 1. So that will be the square of 6 ones, 1 2 3 4 5 6 square. Understood? So you'll have to count the number of ones and write that number in the middle. So here you see how many ones are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So you will write 7 in the middle, then 6 5 4 3 2 1. This side it's going to be 6 5 4 3 2 1. Understood? That will be the answer for this. Okay, so now come to the another pattern. It's another interesting pattern. It deals only with the 7 in the units place, and the number of 6's goes on increasing in the other places. Okay, so if it is 7 square, it's going to be 49. If it is 67 square, it's going to be, see the pattern, you know, you have 89, okay, and then 2 4's. If it's double 6 and 7 square, it again ends with 1 9. You have 2 8's, so the number of 6, how many number of 6 are there? That many 8's you are supposed to put. Okay, and an extra 4. See, now here when it was 7 square, 7 has got only 1 7, so 1, I mean it will end with the 9. Okay, then do you have a 6 in this? No. So for the place of 6, see, for the place of 7 you put 9, for the place of 6 you put 8. The number of 6's you have, that many 8's you are supposed to put. And you know, and for the 0, that is, you know, if you don't have anything, it should always start with 1 4. See, there is nothing over here, right? 0. So here 1 4 should be there. Okay, so now if you have 67 square, for the 7 you put 9, and for the 6 you put 1 8, and there are 2 numbers, 2 digit numbers, so you put 2 4's. Understood? So if you have double 6 and 7 square, what will you do? For the 7 you put 9, and you have got 2 6, so 2 8's, and how many digit numbers are they? They are 3 digit numbers, so you put 3 4's. Understood? So now if they ask you to write a square of this number, how will you do that? So let me just show you. You'll be writing 7 over here. For the 7 you will write 9, and how many 6's are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 are there, so 6 times you write the 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 8's, and how many digit number is this? 7 digit number, so you will put 7 4's. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, so that's how you will do it. Alright, so that's how you write it for this also. So for this problem also, you just copy it in your classwork. Okay, so and also do this in your classwork, exercise 5.1. okay, you'll be able to do all these problems. So I'm just sending you this video today for this week. Complete all the work, written work I have sent, only the boxes wherever I have marked the stars, do all those things, and then complete this problem, this exercise problem, exercise 5.1. okay, yeah, That's it for today. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.